Hey, what's up, guys? Are you missing those steak, egg, and cheese bagels from McDonald's? Well, you can make them at home, and you just might find out yours tastes a little bit better. So let's go ahead and make some. I'll show you how I make mine. Quick, simple. Let's get into it. All right, first off comes the steak. What do you use? These steakies, sirloin steak strips are what you're going to need. I have some eggs, onion, and I have two types of bagels, regular bagels, and I like everything bagels, but you can just stick to the basics with the regular if you like. All right, guys, so the first thing we're going to do is saute up our onions. I am sauteing these in butter here. All you want to do is just saute them up just to where they begin to start caramelizing. Not too much more than that, unless you want to go that far. It kind of doesn't matter, but I'm going just past caramelization. Going to add a little bit of salt and just continue to cook them down. All right, guys, so we're just about done with our onions, probably another minute or so, then they'll be ready. I want to let you guys see what our steak looks like. Now, these are steak strips pressed into the shape of a steak. These are sirloin strips. This is the kind of steak that you want. It costs about 17 bucks for that box that I had. All right, so our onions are done. I'm just going to remove them from our skillet. Then we're going to go in with our steak. All right, there are onions, and we're just going to put those to the side, and we're just going to put the steak down in the skillet. Now, you don't have to add too much more oil, if any oil at all, to this. I do have my skillet on like a medium heat, and we're just going to go ahead and cook these on each side. Now, if you were making Philly cheesesteaks, you would break this steak up into, how typical Philly cheesesteak looks. But for this particular, for our bagels, we're going to leave them whole. But what I will do is just kind of press them a little bit to try to open them up some. But you do not have to break them up unless you want to. So all we're going to do is season them with salt, pepper, garlic, cook them on each side, about 3 or 4 minutes per side, and then we'll be able to move on to our next step. Now, if you can see here, we've had our steaks cooking for a couple minutes now, and you can see how they're starting to separate some and open them up. That's basically what you want going on before you're ready to flip. All right, family, so now it's time to go ahead and flip these steaks over. You can see we got that nice caramelization and color going on here. Now, if you wanted, you could actually add 2 steaks to each bagel. That would make it kind of a fat bagel, but typically all you really need is just one, depending on the size of your bagel. And you can see how they're starting to, you got all these juices and everything in the pan. They're going to create their own juice. As long as you don't have your skillet up way too high, you'll be perfectly fine and don't have to add very much oil or butter or anything like that at all. All right, guys, so now we're just going to add the cheese. I am not adding cheese to mine. I don't like cheese on my breakfast sandwiches or cheese too much at all. So, but I am adding pepper jack to the tops of our meat. It's going to let that melt down. You can use American, which they use at McDonald's, or whatever kind of cheese you like is your favorite. But I am using pepper jack, and I'm leaving one of them uncovered with cheese. All right, and once that cheese is melted, I'm just going to go ahead and pull my steaks and set them off to the side so we can get ready to make our eggs. Now, if you go to McDonald's, you're going to get a folded egg. We're just going to make a typical fried egg for ours on today. All right, so we've got our skillet wiped out, got some more butter down at the bottom of the skillet, and this is a basic fried egg. You just want to crack your egg into your skillet, just bust the yolk and fry it up until it's done. Or you can just cook it however you like. If you want scrambled eggs, you can do scrambled. If you want to do a folded egg, you can do folded. You can make an omelet, but we're just doing a basic fried egg for our bagels. While I'm making my eggs, though, I do have my bagels in the air fryer just to get them toasted and softened up some. You can throw them in the oven or the toaster if you like as well. It's totally up to you. All right, once you go about 2 minutes on one side, you want to go ahead and flip them over to the other for your fried egg. When you're doing fried eggs or over medium or over easy, whatever kind of egg, you want to either one, make sure that you're using a nonstick skillet or that you have plenty of butter and or, cooking oil at the bottom of your skillet to make sure that the eggs don't stick. So we're basically done now. I'm going to let this egg go about another minute, then we're going to assemble. All right, so I have 2 everything bagels and 2 basic bagels. Like I said, put them in the air fryer for a couple minutes to toast and soften them up. Cut the tops off. Now we're going to go ahead and assemble our steaks. So each bagel is going to get a steak. Again, you can see how you have a little bit of overlap here. So you could add 2 steaks to each bagel, but you really don't have to or really need to for that matter. So first things first, we go down with our steak. Then to that, we're going to go ahead on and add in our caramelized onions. To me, this is almost what makes the bagel. That little pop of sweetness and from the onions and that caramelization, so good. So you're gonna put onions on every single one. Well, except for one. My youngest daughter's not the biggest fan of onions, so we're gonna go ahead and skip her. All right, and then after you're done with your onions, then we're gonna put on our perfectly fried egg here. And this is kind of your preference. When you make your food at home, you have the ability to make them however you like. So this typical fried egg works good, but again, if you want to do scrambled cheese eggs or, folded egg, it's kind of up to you. And all you got to do now is just top that bad boy off, and you'll be ready to chow down. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut one open for you so you can see what we got going on. Now, if you wanted to go with like an over medium or over easy egg when you cut into it, then you would have that oozy egg yolk. I'm not a fan of runny egg yolks, but if you are, then you could have made it that way. But let's get a good look at that. Perfectly cooked egg, steak is on point, onions, soft and chewy bagel. Man, it doesn't get too much better than this. So if you're missing that McDonald's steak and egg and cheese bagel, just make it at home. In the end, you'll wind up saving money and it'll wind up being better for you and taste better anyway. So, all right, guys, there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video if you can. Appreciate you all. Till the next time, God bless.